Still there. Hi, everybody. This is Allison from Alley Cat Creations. How are you? Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you have yet to do so. And if you get anything, just anything from my work, a connected dot, an epiphany, a mind explosion, a new book to read, a new author to explore, please consider supporting my work. All the links are at the bottom of the description. Sorry. Coffee again. Pyramids. Oh boy. There goes the sage. Business card holders. This happens to be floral. Skulls. Big pyramids. Hearts. Paintings. Commission drawings. I might have a few, so get those in soon. So I will be drawing a lot. Check out my website. My portfolio is there. Allycatcreations211.com. The link is on YouTube. That is where you can find all my artwork. If you're interested in a commission, something special, you want different types of gems in a pyramid, sizes. I do custom stuff. I also make candles, and the holidays are coming. I have also ornaments. I'm playing around with some designs, different colors, figurations, and fun stuff. So if you're interested, please check out my website. Support small business. It's private business, because I can't afford anything right now. I'm just about figuring out if it's a bankruptcy, if it's a loan. I don't know what to do, and I'm working full time, mind you. So yeah, great fun times. And I cannot stand, I got to just install this stupid thing. Yeah, something keeps popping up with noise. Oahspe, we're gonna start God's Book of Eskra, a word I can actually pronounce. Like all other chapters, I'm just gonna put this out there. There's a lot of people in the Oahspe community or people that like the book that criticize a shit ton out of me. Hi, I'm doing this as I read books on my channel. It's out of order. You can find the playlists in a Oahspe section of my channel and listen to it in order if you so desire to do so. I'm doing this because I want to open people up to the one book paradigm out of it. So this is just a perspective. I don't believe this book necessarily. There are things in here I do align with. There's things in here that are interesting, perceptive, ideals, and possibilities, potentialities. It's a perception from an outside race. The Orion. Go read The Law of One. Just like the Urantia book is a very similar book to Oahspe, it's a different perspective. And you have to allow yourself to have an open mindset. I do the best that I can, but I go within my heart alignment, and this is not in it. But that's not to say that I'm not going to read the book. And unfortunately, because of my teeth, like from here to here, this drops down. I don't have it glued in. It just pops down. And I also have perception problems, projection, and I'm dyslexic. So there's a lot of names that are this big. There's a lot of words I cannot pronounce, and you can find that also in my Blavatsky works. I can't pronounce half the shit. The other day, I did a reading. Hair horrible. I criticize myself, but I'm taking the time out. I'm not an audible. I am a spiritual person, just trying to deliver different perspectives. And if you can't hang on to that, I do apologize to you. I'm not here to offend you. I'm not here to offend anybody. You are entitled to believe what you would like. And just like perception, everybody has an opinion and everybody's entitled to them. So I hope you all have a blessed and beautiful day. And we're going to start with God's book of Eskra, chapter 1. God said, "This book shall be called Eskra, because it is the history of the heavenly cycle Ban. It shall contain the substance of the heavenly records of 3,000 years, of the first regions of the resurrection of the dead. My words are not of the earth, but of heaven. For of the history of the earth ye know already, wherefore I reveal things ye know not of, but yet profited therein understandingly, for my heavenly kingdoms will be presently your habitation. As it hath been revealed to you already in regard to the successions of the God, the periods of Dan, and the divisions of the higher from the lower heavens, it is sufficient unto you to know that which is given of God is of him who is Jehovah's voice, without regard to which administration or which God, and to know also that the heaven referred to in Eskra is not of the higher heavens, Etheria, but atmospheria, which heavens travel with the earth around the sun, which heavens were called the lower heavens by the ancients, and by some the intermediate world, through which heavens all souls must pass, being first purified and risen in wisdom. They can inherit the emancipated worlds in Etheria. Nor are these my revelations to mortals only, but to thousands of millions of spirits of the dead, who know not the plan of the resurrection to higher heavens, but who wander about on the earth, not even knowing the organizations of the kingdoms in my lowest of heavens, whom I reach my coming to mortals and to places on the earth where they abide. For many such angels believe the heavens to be as an unorganized wilderness, void of government and instruction and discipline. Sorry, guys, my eyesight is going bananas. And by virtue of their presence with mortals, though invisible to them, do inspire mortals with the same darkness, wherefrom mortals have concluded there are neither lords nor gods, who are Jehovah's high officers in these kingdoms. These matters shall be set forth in brief in Eskra, the fullness of which shall be open unto mortals and angels in time near at hand, for they shall see and read the books in the libraries of these heavens and learn to know their own knowledge. Therefore, the light of this book of Eskra is not of one God, or one Lord, or one recording angel, who are consistently succeeding one another, but of the body of the first heavens of the earth, for the period of this cycle which is now at the close. Chapter 2. God, Son of Jehovah, said, "Give ear, O earth, and be attentive to the words of Jehovah's Son. And ye mortals of the earth, for I have said, the time shall surely come when all things shall be revealed to the inhabitants of the earth. Be patient and wise in understanding me. My words are for your resurrection forever and for the glory of the Creator. And ye angels of heaven, draw not near, for I will reveal to you that which is for your own good. The multitude of my kingdom shall be opened up to your understanding also. And O ye, my high-rise lords and officers of heaven, call up your hosts from far and near. Hear ye the words of your God. Call ye up the mighty ones of Yogan Naktra, something of that nature, and the inhabitants of Theovahakistan, and Hibin, the successor to Usamis of the six heavens of along you word to T Walla Walla, to C E Sung, to Go E Do, to Elapube, to Apex, and to Few, and call ye up the successors to Hibin, and the primal gods under him of his mighty heavens, and Ong Wu, the successor of Anu Hazi, heavenly regions, the Algin forest, Turpist with her 12 heavenly kingdoms, the palace of Nagathigon and Shumet and Thorokak, and a very long E word, and Harbor and Amma and Agmasa and Daiwan, another S word I can't pronounce, and another I word, and Mar and a W word, and to their primal gods and generals and captains, and to Usa-Lithith, successor to Osiris of a very long V word, and to Roxia, successor to Tien of Ovella, and to Yad Anya, successor to Sudga of Tempesiv, and to Yima, successor to Egypt of Rathaya, and to Hyde Mies, successor to Shu Wanlu of Yots, and to their primal gods and successors, to their generals and captains. And this seems like this is going to continue for a long time, so I do apologize for skipping, but go buy the book and read the crazy names here. Probably Anunnaki in nature. And to a Z name, successor to the line of Yatanti, with her 12 subjective heavens, the Fiscador, the Wu Lu, the Yam Yam, the Katro, the Wanahong, the Ryaks, the Ginawan, the Shana, the Wishoga, the Patomata, and the Shimazi, and Muscadian, and their primal gods and successors, to the generals and captains, and to Isi, successor to Yadma of the heavenly regions of Ornaba, with 7 mighty kingdoms, Gotha, and Yem something, and Wang Tuso, and Ilthea, and Yama, and a long word with starting with an H and a long one with a W, and to their primal gods and their successors and their generals and captains, and to a person with a P name, successor to another one with an S, of the heavenly palace of Joyce Yama, with her 18 heavenly kingdoms, Yan of Lucin, and Cod, and Rum, and Jessic, and Solomon, and Russia, an N name, an H name, Sakar, and Sinshon, and Ramathax, and a Vardissa, a K name, and an H name, an N-E wing, a Tarsmas, and Kisyama, and their primal gods and successors, to their generals and captains, and to all other gods of the heavenly regions of atmosphere, the Hada of the earth, and their successors and generals and captains, and to the heavenly Hadan regions of Shogan, with her 28 sub-kingdoms, and to the heavenly Hadan regions of Shiwan, with her 44 sub-kingdoms, and to their exalted officers, teachers, heavenly sons, and daughters of Jehovah, and to the plateau of Narid in the second resurrection, with her 200 heavenly kingdoms, their gods and generals, captains, and high teachers, sons and daughters of Jehovah, and to the plateau of Yakaba, 2,000 miles high, with her 600 heavenly kingdoms, and their gods and high officers, and to the plateau of Yandarib, 2,100 miles high, with her 400 heavenly kingdoms, and their gods and high officers, and to the 7th plateau of Havgamatris, with their 2,000 heavenly kingdoms, and their gods and high officers, and the 6th plateau of Vagamon, with their 1,400 heavenly kingdoms and their gods and high officers. In the 14th plateau of a very long G name, with their 3,400 heavenly kingdoms and their gods and high officers, and to all other plateau in the heavens of the earth, the atmospheric regions, and to the gods of all heavenly kingdoms. In these lower heavens, the intermediate world of angels raised up out of the earth, God said, Jehovah, call upon me, his son, saying, my son, call aloud in my name with my voice, stir up all these heavenly regions I have named. For my gods and high raised officers shall open unto thee their libraries of heavenly books, which shall yield up my treasures. I will make the angels of heaven know me and my word. They shall come together from their countless heavenly kingdoms and places, for my hand and my strong arm is upon them. The labors of my lower heavens shall be clothed in mortal words and handed down to mortals. My gods and my primal gods and generals and captains shall uncover their proceedings before the heavens and the earth. They shall come together and be as one man with one voice, and their word shall be my word. For my prophets have proclaimed it abroad, that the time would come when I would reveal all things unto men, and things that were dark made plain, and things in light made as heaven's rejoicing. Hear my voice, O angels and mortals. The words of the heavens of the earth are my words, orderly, well disciplined. No man can imitate me. Angels cannot counterfeit me. My words are from the fountain, the earth not forever. Whoso seeth my way cannot fail to understand. I quibble not, nor beat about the bush. Even lords and gods are as nothing in my hands. I trim them up and prune their orchards in my own way. I shift and weigh and assort, for I am Jehovah the Almighty. I am the sum of the voice of all the lower heavens, the doings of gods and high officers, the person of the word of 3,000 years. And my record shall be the standard for mortals and angels for thousands of years to come. Other books and other words will be written and spoken, and they shall pass away and be remembered not by angels nor men. But my words, the words of Eskra, will live and endure forever. Then spake God, saying, for I am his fountain of the tree of Ban. I am a cycle of the great serpent's Oahspe. It cannot die or go out of remembrance. I am as a link in a great cycle, the section of Ban in the solar vortex. During every cycle, I come and speak, and my words are not like other words. I plant them on the low earth, and they take root and grow into a tree that reacheth up into heaven. And the angels of heaven came thither and gathered my words, for they are the fruit of everlasting life and of the resurrection of mortals and of the spirits of the dead. Give ear, O ye nations of the earth, and magnify your understanding for the wisdom of the Almighty. He singleth not out one man or one God, and saith, behold, by him judge ye me and my works, or giveth them the history of all the living in one book, the pith of things, the unit sprang from all. Give ear, O man, and be wise in thy judgment, of sure perception and good discernment in the revelations of my words in the cycles past and present. For I sum up all the gods of the Hadan regions of the earth, and all their high officers in the plateau and heavenly kingdoms thereof, and I name them God, and in their dominions and mortals I name them Lord. As one, even God made I them in my past revelations on the earth, that I might not confuse the judgment of men. In all the heavenly places of the earth, at the atmospheric heavens, which travel with the earth around the sun, I name Hada, the intermediate world, the lower heaven, through which none can pass to the ethereal heaven till purged of self and made spotless, pure, and strong in spirit. Of this Hadan heaven, and of her gods and their labors made I two words, God and heaven, and Eskra, is the sermon thereof, in which ye nations of the earth and ye angels of heaven shall profit in spirit, as by experience past the future becometh fortified in wisdom and strength. In which sermon all resurrection is of God, who is Jehovah's Son, but to distinguish from which God I named all that desired not resurrection in heaven, but love more the earth, Satan. And whoso loved evil and practiced it, I named Satan. And whoso combined as angels or as mortals to make anarchy, I named evil workers for hell. As God and heaven are of the resurrection, so are Satan, hell, and the devil of declination, something to that effect. To one or other resurrection belong all men on the earth, and to one or the other belong to all spirits of the dead. None can stand still, all the living are on the move forever. Jehovah is life, motion, individual, person, in proof of which he gave unto thee life, motion, individuality, person. To develop these four entities is resurrection toward him more and more, which is heavenly. To neglect them or pervert them is to go away from him, which is declinesian. That's going to bother me, which can lead to entire destruction. Hang on, I'm going to find out how to pronounce that word. Declension. Not how it's spelt. No man can be life for another, nor motion, nor individuality, nor person for another. For himself and to himself hath Jehovah created him with these. Nor can any of the gods, however exalted, give to or take away these things. For even though the highest raised angels may obtain to turn the earth over to dissolve it, as the air in the firmament, or create a new earth, yet none of these can create life or motion or an individual or person. These are from Jehovah and him. And all angels, the gods and lords and generals and captains and chiefs in heaven are but the brothers and sisters of mortals and spirits of the dead. And yet, O man of earth, thou angel of the heavens of earth, be not purified up or make light of the gods or lords or saviors or chiefs or the heavens, for thou art compared to them, but as a drop of water is compared to the ocean. As a man amongst you employeth 1,000 men to do his bidding, so have I, your God, thousands of millions of angels to speak in my name. Put not off my word, saying, it is but your conscience speaking. My angels speak to you in spirit with my very voice and words, which are Jehovah's also. According to the capacities and talents of each mortals, as practice my commandments, so do I appropriate them to assist in the resurrections. And in the same way do I allow my ashars to abide with you, to the musicians, angel musicians, to the philosopher, angel philosophers, to the historian, angel historians, to the cosmographer, angel cosmographer, to the revelator, however I'm saying that wrong, even so unto all men who seek to serve Jehovah by doing so. And these are my ashars, which I place over you, are not individual angels, merely acting and speaking their own notions, but are organized companies of thousands and millions, who labor through a chief angel called Lord, and all of them are in concord with me and my kingdoms, directed by my holy counsel of millions of angels high in wisdom, which is directed by me, your God, even as I am one with other gods who are one with Jehovah. What my angels do in truth and wisdom for righteousness' sake, my angels do and reveal unto you in my name. Interesting. The Lord said, this is the labor of God after the dawn of the Arkaban. God crowned 4,400 lords and titled them lords of the heavenly hosts. And God allotted to every one of them 100 messengers and 50 heralds, and gave them authority to provide their own attendance in their own way. God said, that I may hear the voices of my lords when ye are within your own kingdoms. Ye shall appoint representatives unto my throne, and there shall be of such representative lords, one for every 400 lords of the hosts. And the representative lords shall be speakers for the kingdoms that appoint them, and have power on important occasions to summon to my throne all their constituent lords. And the representative lords shall be known in heaven, and enter into my libraries thereof as my holy 11, for they are symbolic of the seasons of the earth. Now, therefore, the lords of the hosts elect the holy 11, and God anointed them, and their names were entered into the libraries of the heavens. These are the holy 11, to wit, Lekar, Lakash, Yops, Leo, Vadhaud, Ashu, Zahawi, Ezen, Khan, Zenna, Yitmis, and Adolphorus, butchering all of them, by the way. And God gave authority to the Holy 11 to speak before the throne after the manner of the councils of the higher heavens. God said unto the lords of the hosts, your work is a good work. So the lords of the host departed to their several kingdoms, but the Holy 11 were duly installed and took their places in front of the throne of God. And God appointed 2,000 superiors unto each of the holy 11, and 8,800 surveyors, and 4,400 captains of roads, and said unto them, go ye and build roadways between all the heavenly kingdoms and atmospheria. And I give unto you 2,000 million laborers, to be divided between you according to the distance and places of the roads. And God gave authority to Toy, something like that, examine the records and make the appointment of officers and laborers on the roads, and thus accomplish these things. God said, my heaven shall be divided into 11 parts, one unto each of the holy 11. The said 11 divisions were accomplished and thus named, to wit, Sin Yatvi, Horak, Damura, Adam, Hosea, an H word I am not getting, an S word I am not getting, Amset, Gadasa, Itro, and Akru, whatever. Damia and Adam and Hosea comprise of the lowest Haden regions, bordering on the earth, and these three divisions extended around the earth and were 12 miles high. Sinyativ, Hork, and Amset comprise the next grade of heavenly kingdoms outward from the earth, and were 1,000 miles high, more or less. Gadasa and Idaro were the next grade of heavenly kingdoms outward from the earth, and were 2,000 miles high. Pariva was next and was outward from the earth 2,500 miles. And next after this was Akru, which was 3,000 miles above the earth. Akru was therefore the highest of the atmospheric heavens in those days. These 5 heavenly spheres, therefore, comprise the whole of the inhabited heavens of the earth, and yet they were thousands of plateaus still further away from the earth and within her vortex, but uninhabited. As for Akru and Hariva, they were inhabited mostly by angels of the highest atmospheric grades. God said, from this time forth, all heavenly marriages of brides and bridegrooms to Jehovah shall take place in Hariva and whatever, instead of as herefore in the thousands of heavens of heavenly kingdoms. And all Esseans shall be hereafter maintained within the first sphere of Hada, within the regions of Damia and Adam and Hosea, and as they rise in wisdom and strength, they shall advance in place as well as grade, going in direction of Hariva and however that's pronounced, from which all resurrections from the Ethereal world shall take place. And God caused the boundaries of Adam and Hosea to embrace the eastern continents of the earth, but Damia embraced the western. So the lords of hosts God had said, the great love the mortals have for their kindred who are dead is like a cord forever pulling their soul back to earth. Neither do mortals understand my heavens, and the soul of man shall rise upward. They cry out unto me continually, O God, send thou back to me the spirit of my kin. And they do not understand that their prayers are in opposition to the resurrection of spirits of the dead. And likewise doth the Assyrians cry out to me, O God, take me back to my mortal kin. For he also comprehendeth not the resurrection, but in the gratification of his love will linger forever on earth. Suffer ye not mortals to commune with the spirits of the dead, and the Lord's carried out the commandment of God. Interesting. I'm going to read the last chapter to end for tonight. At the time the roadways of the earth's heavens were completed, which was in the 319th year of the cycle of Bon. This was the standing thereof to wit. There had ascended as brides and bridegrooms for Etheria 36,000 millions, nearly one half of whom were from the kingdom of Anahazi and his sub-gods, and now inhabiting the 5 spheres, 48,000 million spirits. In the first sphere, or Hada, in which there were 2,400 heavenly kingdoms, the grades were from 1 to 7. In the second sphere, which ranked first resurrection, in those days the grades were from 7 to 15. In those regions there were 10,000 heavenly kingdoms. In the third sphere, the grades were from 15 to 30. In these regions there were 4,000 heavenly kingdoms, and including the kingdoms of Anuhazi, 5,000 more kingdoms. In the fourth sphere, the grades were from 30 to 60, and they were 1,500 heavenly kingdoms in these regions. In the fifth sphere, the grades were from 60 to 99, and here were 1,000 heavenly kingdoms. And yet not included in these, because of different kind, were the kingdoms of Yatanti, the subjective heaven, a visiting place, and with but a small fixed population, but whose visitors and students and teachers numbered 3,000 million angels, graded from 1 to 99, but many of these belonged to other heavenly kingdoms. Such then were the inhabitants of the bound heavens, and there numbered all told 48 times more people than the mortal inhabitants of the earth. But in those days not many women on the earth committed abortions, neither died so many very young children, so that the fetals sent back to the inhabited mortals numbered all total only 230 million. Whilst of vampire spirits of both classes, that is, such as inhabited gourmanders and gluttons and drunkards and harlots, absorbing their spiritual substance and thus making them the breeders of infidels, and such as live on the atmospheric part of mortal food, thus causing their mortal victims to emancipate and to become insane. They were all told not more than 46 million. Besides these, there were 31 million lusters who feed on the secret vices of mortals, who were being forever pursued from place to place by Ashars, and often captured and carried away to heavenly kingdoms, but would often escape and flee back to mortals. Yet with all these fetals, the vampires and lusters included, never before had the earth remained so long in so pure of state. When the roadways were completed, God proclaimed 7 days recreation in all the kingdoms of heaven, in order that the inhabitants should sing and dance and render praise unto Jehovah for the great works that had been accomplished. And on the last of the 7 days, Toivara, however you pronounce it, assigned the roads over to God and named them roads of paradise, whereupon God crowned Toivara, primal god of the roads of paradise, of 1,200,000 miles. God said, after the manner of the government of the Etherean heavens do I these things. And as the kingdoms and spheres of my heavens are situated within and without, with their roadways and heavenly canals, forming one great kingdom with many parts, it shall be a type of kingdoms in Etheria, which are thousands of times larger, and it was so. So, guys, gonna end it here. This is a big chapter. Got a lot in. So, sending each and every one of you love, light, compassion, grace, shielding, and protective energy. Please go within, be the shoulder, be the lighthouse, seed your truths. I hope to see you on the next one. And thank you for subscribing, helping me out, and my gratitude to everybody. And I'm going to probably go live tomorrow. Not sure what time. 5 Central, usually 6. We'll see how I feel. It's Friday after all. So I hope to see you guys, and until the next one, bye for now.